Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Kevin, I'm a geek. You're watching Kevin the Geek and we're back for episode 2 of series 6 of the Brittas Empire. Let's check it out. Body language.
And can I ask you all to keep an eye open for unauthorised use of the disabled facilities? Only last week I caught a perfectly healthy member of the over 60s aerobic club using the facilities illicitly. She was in no way disabled.
She is now.
You pushed her down the stairs.
I didn't push her, Tim. She lost her footing whilst trying to evade capture.
She's in a wheelchair.
Well, she's in a wheelchair now, Judy, yes. And if she does come into the centre in her wheelchair, she's perfectly at liberty to use the disabled facility.
The builders have left, Mr. Brittas. They've replaced the partition wall that Mrs. Boscombe crashed through.
Well done, Gavin.
See, as much as the show is very progressive for, things like, like the gay relationship between Gavin and Tim, it's not necessarily as progressive, is it, with regards to things like disabilities? Because obviously you have invisible disabilities. Not every disability is going to be visible, so always be careful when you're saying that someone is or isn't disabled.
Creep.
Right, now, before we go on to our duties, ongoing communication skills.
Oh, why do we have to keep on doing this?
Because it's ongoing, Tim. It goes on.
And on.
Right, now, Module 14, body language.
What was module 13?
Learning to listen.
Oh, I think I missed that. Did I take any notes? Because I'm
Linda, just shut it, will you, and pay attention. Right. Now, Module 14, body language, establishing a report non-verbally.
Can I be excused at this point? Because doing body language when you're pregnant is like talking with your mouth full.
Judy, just sit down, please, and let's all look at Mrs. Bigmead's body.
I beg your pardon.
Colin, what do you see?
From here, Mr. Brittas, or shall I move a bit closer?
Without meaning
She's
to,
very
Mrs.
closed off.
Bigmead's body is saying, I don't want to be here, I'm on the defensive, I'm fed up. She's giving out all the wrong messages.
Who says they're wrong? I've got sorted.
What is the point of all this?
Oh, I'll tell you what the point is, Tim. The point is communication. Here we are in a leisure centre. We have to make people feel relaxed. Our job is to understand what people's bodies are saying to us, and our bodies have to say in return, welcome, relax, feel at ease. Now, can I have a volunteer, please?
Right you are, Mr. Brittas.
Perhaps I have a different volunteer? Anyone? Come on then, Colleen. Right, sit down, please, Colleen. Now, pay attention, everyone, because remember, your body is never silent.
I'm sorry about that, Mr. Brittas. I didn't think anyone would notice.
Colin, I'm talking non-verbally here.
Sorry, Mr. Brittas. And what are we going to do, Mr. Brittas?
We're doing it, Colin.
Doing what?
Tell him, Gavin.
You're matching and mirroring, Mr. Brittas.
I'm matching and mirroring, Colin.
Amazing. What's that, then?
It's a technique to put people at their ease.
Oh.
Do you feel at ease now, Colin?
I expect I will do shortly, Mr. Brittas.
Oh!
That wasn't me, Mr. Brittas.
Nobody said it was, Colin.
Miss Ruth, I'm so sorry to disturb you. Did you hear a noise?
It wasn't Colin, Carol.
Not that sort of noise, a crash. I think it was the roof.
I didn't hear any crashing sound.
I didn't.
All right, Colin, go and check it out, please.
Will call, Mr. Brittas.
Carol, perhaps you'd like to give us a demonstration, please?
Sorry, Miss Britt.
You are on the front line of our operation, Carol. Imagine I'm a member of the public. Show us how you welcome me.
Welcome to Whitby Newtown Leisure Centre. How may I help you?
Very good, Carol. Verbally spot on, but your body is letting you down.
I'm sorry, Miss Britt.
Try it again, Carol. This time, welcome me with your body.
Yes, Miss Britt. Welcome to Whitby Newtown Leisure Centre. How may I help you?
Right, yes. Very good, Carol. Right, now, Linda, perhaps I could use your body for a while, please.
Over there. Oh, is this where the water tank was?
We want you to feel at home here. You see? We want you to feel at home here. Now, what am I doing?
You're stroking Linda's knee.
Whoa!
Wrong, Tim. I'm anchoring.
Hankering after what?
Not hankering, Julie. Anchoring, as in ship's anchor. It's another little technique we learn on management training course, don't we, Gavin?
Yes, Mr. Brittas.
Yes, Mr. Brittas.
Are you saying we should grab people's legs to make them feel at home?
No, dear, oh dear, oh dear. You haven't even grasped the fundamentals, have you, Julie?
No.
Neither have I. And quite frankly, Mr. Brittas, I'm not prepared to grasp anyone's fundamentals.
Whoa!
Oh, Colin, have you got a minute?
Not really, Mrs. Brittas.
Look, do you know where Gordon is?
He's in the restroom giving a fascinating talk about your body. I must go.
Excuse me?
And you know about plants, don't you?
Well, I do have green fingers, you know.
Do you think you could look after these for me? Find somewhere to put them.
My pleasure, Mrs. Brittas. My, that is an interesting little chap. It looks very like Somnium somnorum.
Oh, I don't know what it is. I think I found it in some market.
If I'm right, it's from the rainforests of South America. The Bakaku Indians use it as a sort of sedative or tranquilizer.
Perhaps I ought to keep some handy.
I wonder if I might avail myself of a leaf,
yeah.
see if it settles my digestive problems. There is a rather fanciful story that the Bakaku use it to induce a sort of trance-like state.
Really?
Oh, God.
Don't worry, Mrs. Brittas, I'll pop it down to my office later. It'll feel at home there. Ah, Mr. Brittas, can I have a word?
Yes, Colin, you can have a word, but I'd also like to see you do things with your body. My office.
Another example of, Gavin, non-verbal communication. Another example of crawling to the management. Who's teacher's pet, then?
Oh, Tim, you're just being silly.
Yep.
It's one of the things we learn on management training courses. Actually, I find them quite interesting.
Oh, do you? A few months ago, you'd have found it as ridiculous as I do, but you've changed. You're a boss's man now. It gets on my nerves.
I could give you an official reprimand for that remark. Have you got a tissue?
Yes, I have, thanks.
It's
Can
actually
you have a
Ben's birthday, but we're having the party today.
You're having a birthday party in there?
Yes, but please don't tell anyone. Miss Brittas hasn't actually approved the guest list. Ben's so looking forward to it. It's fancy dress.
Oh, lovely. Any particular theme?
Oh, yes. It's an ugly bug ball. I've sewn Ben into a pillowcase. He's going as a chrysalis. He's in there pupating at the moment.
Word.
Right, Julie, the memo to Councillor Druggett in septuplicate, please.
You what?
7 of them.
Do you think I've got better things to do?
Yeah, like have
Thank you,
weird
Julie.
cravings
Right,
again.
Colin, sit down, please.
Thank you, Mr. Brittas. Now, about the roof.
Colin, let me stop you right there. Where are you going wrong?
Sorry, Mr. Brittas?
Colin, look at my body and look at your body. Spot the difference, Colin. My body is saying, welcome, relax, feel at ease.
Really?
I don't feel very much at ease looking at your body.
You're absolutely right, Mr. Brittas. I'm terribly sorry.
Mirror me, mirror me. Carry on.
Right, well, I went up on the roof, as per your instructions, and there was this, like, well, it was sort of, I mean, well, I don't know, how will you describe it? It was...
Oh, Colin, what is all this stuff? That's not body language, that's body gibberish. I'll tell you what, Colin, forget about your body and concentrate on the words, all right? Now, what is on the roof?
Nothing is on the roof.
I'm glad we've established that, Colin. Problem solved.
Hey, there's a crisis in the sauna. Mrs. Bidmead wants you down there straight away.
Uh-oh.
Incapable of dealing with it herself, is she? Short on management skills, you see, Colin.
She says if you don't come right away, there'll be one hell of a stink. Well, actually, there is one hell of a stink. Something's contaminated the sauna.
Oh, lovely.
Right, I'm on my way.
Nothing is on the roof, but something is in the roof.
What?
Well, sort of rubble and...
Ah, those builders have been nothing but trouble.
And there's this sort of, well, like an ice cube.
Yeah.
Typical. Boozing on the job. Colin, get rid of it and tidy the place up, please.
Yes, but...
Colin, I've got a crisis to deal with. Incapable of dealing with it yourself?
Certainly not, Mr. Brittas.
Good man, Colin.
I think Gordon needs to go on that module from last week, you know, where you're supposed to listen to people, you know, use your listening ears, as I keep telling my nephew. Listening ears.
In you go. Now, this is Sophie. She's a woodlouse. Now, the first game is going to be hide and seek, and it's going to be lots of fun. But listen, children, no one is allowed to leave the cupboard. Welcome to Whitby Newtown Leisure Centre. How may I help you? Taking up a good
Gordon a microwave in the restroom?
Yes, I should think so. What's the matter, Miss Bruce?
Oh, it's all a bit awkward. I didn't really mean to, but I've sold the house.
What?
Bruce isn't seen when moving.
No, he doesn't know. I've got a house full of furniture and I don't know where to put it all. I should have moved it yesterday before the new owners moved in.
Hey, what?
Very awkward over breakfast this morning.
I'm sorry, Miss Bruce. People have moved in and Mr. Brittas didn't notice.
No, of course he noticed, but they're American, you see. Yes, he's in the US Air Force, so I told Gordon they're my cousins from Tennessee. Any room for a freezer back there?
Hello, my darling.
Oh, hello, Gordon.
As soon as I get a moment,
Sorry, how can you accidentally sell a house? What?
I'm going to organise a sightseeing schedule for Chuck and Nancy.
Oh, there's really no need to bother.
No bother at all, my darling. They are your family, although I do hope Chuck's mood improves. He was rather argumentative this morning. Probably jet lag.
Yeah, look, Gordon,
Got to sort out a crisis in the sauna, my darling. Back later.
God, I wish I hadn't got into this mess.
How did it happen, Miss Bruce?
Well, it all started about a month ago when this leaflet came through the door saying, "Are you undervalued?" Well, it was just how I felt. So I phoned up and this charming man came round. Then he wanted to bring a friend, this American colonel. Well, one thing led to another, and before I knew it, I'd sold the house to the US Air Force. Well, you know how it is.
No, not really.
No, not really.
Oh, come on, it must happen all the time.
No, not really.
Yes, it is a rather unpleasant smell, Mrs. Bidmead.
It's disgusting.
Yes, indeed. But of course, it's not really my responsibility. Any unpleasant smells emanating from any other part of the leisure centre are down to me, but the privatised sauna solarium and odours therein are down to you.
Well, I think it's coming from somewhere else.
Ooh.
Maybe upstairs.
Well, I can't smell it anywhere else. And you're bound to get a little bit of a pong in a sauna with all those people sweating.
So you're telling me you're not going to do anything about it?
What can I do, Mrs. Bidmead? This area is no longer within my terms of reference.
You're in overall charge. You've got to do something.
Look, just to prove I'm being helpful, I'll put out a tannoy announcement.
Saying what?
Saying, steer clear of the sauna, it stinks to high heaven.
This is a very different character to Laura, isn't it? She's very much more like what Julie is, but without Julie's northern charm.
Now, Ben, I know hide and seek in a cupboard has its limitations, but I specifically said no one was allowed to leave. Now, where are Sophie and Fergus?
Carol, no more tickets for the sauna, please. I'm declaring it a contaminated zone till further notice.
Yes, Miss Bruce.
Oh, great, I'm seeing double now.
No, it's me.
Tim, sorry, everything's so fuzzy.
This is stupid. You should go home.
It clears up in a couple of hours. Anyway, I'm not ill or anything. It's just ocular hypertension. Quite common in senior management, apparently.
Well, you shouldn't put the drops in when you're at work.
I've got to take them 3 times a day now.
Which means you shouldn't be here. You can't do the job.
Look, Tim, I'm management. Management don't go home just because they can't do the job.
No, they stay at work because they can't do the
No
job.
need to. You're quite right.
The point is, Tim, it would be silly to make a fuss and go home now. I've only got to take the drops for another week. I've got a job to do, and I'm going to do it. In a couple of hours, everything will look perfectly normal, and nobody will be any the wiser.
Sorry, Gavin. No one will be any the wiser about what?
Oh, nothing. It's Colin, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. Is anything the matter?
No, no, nothing at all. There's a funny smell in here.
It's probably me. I'm dealing with this thing on the roof.
What thing?
Well, that's just it. I've got no idea what it is. It's crashed through the roof and lodged itself up there.
Well, what is it? Where did it come from?
I don't know, but it must have come with such force. Have you ever seen a meteorite?
You saying it's a meteorite, Colin?
No, they're very hot and this is very, very cold. And it must have come from, well, I don't know.
From outer space? What does Brittas say?
Mr. Brittas has put me in charge. I am quite capable of dealing with it myself, Gavin.
I am.
But I wouldn't mind a second opinion. Would you mind just coming and having a look at it?
Can't it wait?
I'd prefer to go now, Gavin.
Yes, well, you see...
Only, if it is actually from outer space, it might not be such a good idea smashing it up and putting it in the bin.
Well, all right
got a
then,
point.
but look, it's nothing from the planet Zarg or anything like that, all right? You've been watching too many science fiction films.
Anything the matter, Gavin?
No, No, nothing. I've got a job to do, and I'm going to do it.
Mr. Brittas, what I'm trying to say is that I'm worried about Gavin because he's...
Hang on a moment, Tim.
Oh.
Carry on.
Thank you, Mr. Brittas. Well, I think you should put it to Gavin that although he has management responsibilities, that doesn't necessarily mean that he should always keep... What's he doing?
I can see you're obviously worried about something, Timothy, so I'm putting you at your ease.
Well, strangely, it's not working. In
No.
fact, it's having the opposite effect.
No, it's not, Tim. I'm afraid that's not possible. I've done the course.
You can't get to the roof that way.
Oh, sorry, Colin. I don't know what got into me.
You don't seem to be quite yourself today, Gavin.
Nope.
Who else would I be?
Look!
What?
Two strange creatures gone down there.
No.
I didn't see anything.
But you must have. They looked like... well... aliens.
Colin? Colin?
Now, please stay in there. All right, Fergus. O'Grady says, please stay in there.
Which way did they go, Carol?
Who go where, Colin?
Not who, what? Two things. You must have seen them.
No, I haven't seen anything.
I don't want to look, but they were vile, horrible creatures. I know this might sound odd, but I don't think they were human.
Really, that's nice.
Oh, Carol, something very strange is going on.
Welcome to Whitbury Newtown Leisure Centre. How may I help you? The sauna is a contaminated zone.
Julie, do you think you could look after this for me? They won't let me leave it in the pool.
Yeah, if you like.
You see, Tim, these are all communication skills.
But you haven't let me say what I came to say.
Ooh, you were saying it all with your body, Tim. Try not to worry so much. Try not to worry so much. Anchor it.
I don't know why I bothered to come up here.
You see, it's working.
There's no.
Hello, Helen, my little darling. If it's about Chuck and Nancy's sightseeing schedule, I've hit a bit of a hiatus. I've got stuck on Wednesday afternoon at 3:17 p.m.
There's really no need to worry, Gordon.
Yeah. That's a nice lamp, Julie. Where'd you get it?
I bought it from a shop. A lamp shop.
Anyway, I better be getting home, so I've got the bathroom to do.
Bye-bye, my angel. Very house-proud, my wife, Julie. We've got a lamp like that. Only ours is bigger.
Is it? You sure about that?
Colin?
Oh my word.
Colin?
Gavin!
Colin? Colin?
Oh.
I'm sorry about that. Are you all right? This is ridiculous. Go home.
I can't. I have to put my responsibilities to the general public before my own personal convenience.
Oh, you sound exactly like Brittas.
Yeah.
This has all happened since you've been management. You've changed. You're completely different. What's happened to the old Gavin, the Gavin that I knew?
I'm sure Mr. Brittas knows what he's doing. He had to close the pool once when we had rats and vials disease. But after 6 months, everything was fine.
6 months?
What's that?
Oh, that'll be Ben's party downstairs. It's coming up through the air conditioning.
Ah.
Oh, my God, it's alive.
Colin, you
Who are
absolute
you?
moron.
Where do you come from? What do you want with us? You've taken over Gavin, haven't you? Heaven help us. It's the invasion of the body snatchers all over again.
I ain't seen the movie, so can't say.
Gavin Featherly, this is a very sad day. I've had a formal complaint about your behaviour in the swimming pool. I'm therefore going to institute the proper procedures which may well lead to an official reprimand and a permanent stain on your record. Whatever possessed you to manhandle this lady?
I was trying to make her feel at home, Mr. Brittas. I was anchoring.
Oh, Gavin. What a stupid anchor. It could so easily be misinterpreted as sexual harassment and attempted drowning. I'm going to be generous on this occasion and put it down as mental instability. I'm sending you home pending an inquiry.
Don't look into his eyes, Mr. Brittas. Get back to your own kind. Mr. Brittas, he's a body snatcher.
Yes, I know, Colin. I'm dealing with it. Gavin, off you go, please.
Yes, Mr. Brittas.
Mr. Brittas, it's very, very bad news.
Do you reckon Tim was the one who put the complaint in and not the actual woman? Because that would make sense. Tim's trying to look out for him and get him to go home. And that's his way of trying to force it to happen, basically.
Gavin's one of them.
No, he's not, Colin. He's just been accused of molesting one of our female customers.
You don't understand, Mr. Brittas. I have to protect you from him.
Colin, don't be silly. If Gavin's one of them, then quite frankly, so are you and so am I.
The problem is the eye drops blur my vision. It's okay now, but I've got to keep taking them. You see, I'm part of a research programme.
Coffee, jelly,
Oh.
Did you tell Gordon?
No.
No, well, you can't tell Gordon anything, can you? What's the research for?
Well, it's to reduce ocular hypertension. We're a small group at the moment, but if the experiment works, well, it's a simple procedure. It can be applied anywhere in the world.
Come away from him, Mrs. Brittas. He's not what you think he is. He's after your body. Get out of here. Get out, you vile creature.
Well, all right, Colin, calm down. I hardly touched the woman. Calm down, Colin.
Take great care, Mrs. Brittas. They're trying to take you over.
Trying? No, they already have done. 8 o'clock this morning, they demanded vacant possession.
Oh, no.
Well, what could I do? I just had to give in.
Stay in there!
Not you as well, Carol. Oh, my word, this is a nightmare. They're everywhere, aren't they?
Oh, I'm sorry, Colin. I've done my best, but I've tried to keep them under control, but you know how it is. Colin, you all right? You don't look your normal self.
Oh, no. Not me as well.
Well, Mr. Brittas, come quick! Colin's gone berserk. He's chained himself up in the changing room. He's ranting and raving.
Linda, there are proper
Nothing new.
guidelines laid down for this eventuality. Responsibility for the outbreak of mental instability amongst members of the staff has now been devolved to the deputy management. I suggest you go and see Gavin.
You've just sent Gavin home for mental instability.
Right, I better go and investigate. Has suicide been mentioned?
Not as far as I know. Do you want me to suggest it?
Linda, I'm going to deal with this, all right? If he's ranting and raving, hang on, there may be some bendling in my bedside table. What's my bedside... What's our furniture doing here?
Just trying to carry out your policy, Mr. Brittas. Miss Brittas's idea. We do want people to feel at home, don't we?
My darling, you are
Oh, my
an
word.
angel.
I can't believe you fell for that.
Mustache, Colin's gone mad, apparently.
Oh, my word.
Now then, Master Colin, what are you doing hanging about in here?
I've changed, Mr. Brittas. I think I've been taken over. I might be possessed.
Shall I exercise him, Mr. Brittas?
Linda, this is no time for exercise.
No, exorcise. I could purge him of his demons.
Linda, I thought I told you to leave this to me.
Yes, sorry. Mr. Brittas wanted to know if you'd like to kill yourself.
Linda, off you go now, please. Right, Colin. Try and relax.
Now, what is this all about?
It is you, is it, Mr. Brittas?
Well, of course it's me.
Yes. Yes, I can see that now. You're behaving quite normally. You're at my ease, aren't you?
Matching and mirroring.
I feel better already. Maybe they haven't got me yet.
Who hasn't got you?
The alien frog spawn in the roof.
You are suffering from what is clinically known as raving madness.
That thing that came through the roof, it's from out of space. It's alive. It spoke to me.
I thought you said the builders left it.
No. It's giving birth to nasty little creatures which live over our bodies. It's got Gavin and Carol already and your good wife, I'm afraid. I know it may sound a bit far-fetched.
Not at all, Colin. Can you hear the talking now? Can you hear voices?
No, Mr. Brittas. Can you?
Well, of course I can't hear voices, Colin. I'm not the one who's barking mad.
I'm as sane as I ever was, Mr. Brittas.
Very possibly, Colin. But that doesn't get us very far, does it? Why have you chained yourself up?
Because I could have been a danger to the human race, Mr. Brittas. I thought I'd been taken over by them, the body snatchers. You see, you look just the same. Well, I could have been me or some grotesque, horrible creature. There's no telling the difference.
I can see the problem.
When you think about it, Mr. Brittas, it all makes sense. You see, those aliens could have chosen to land anywhere in the world, but they came here. Why?
Well, I don't know. You tell me.
Because of you, Mr. Brittas. Our leader. A man of vision with advanced communication skills. It's destiny. You have to negotiate with them on behalf of the human race.
We're still going with this?
Cometh the man.
I'm beginning to see what you're getting at, Colin. You may have a point.
Just come and look at it. See what you think.
All right, Colin, but I'm still taking this with a pinch of salt. Come on.
Mr. Brittas.
Where's the key?
I swallowed it. I never thought I'd be glad I had a jippy tummy.
Oh!
Good grief, looks like a bomb's dropped in here.
Not a bomb, Mr. Brittas. It's got a lot smaller since it's been giving birth.
There's got to be some sort of rational explanation for this, Colin.
Look, see how big that is? It's literally pretty much the size of the dock now. So I wonder if it's going to go through. Oh!
It's talking to you, Mr. Brittas.
Speak up.
It didn't sound much like talking to me.
No.
I expect it's trying to establish contact. Please, Mr. Brittas, if anyone can get through to it, you can. Please try. Use your powers of communication.
Colin, look at it. You seriously propose I should try matching and mirroring with that? It's laughable.
It understands you, Mr. Brittas. I knew it would.
Oh, here we go.
I don't know if you've come from another planet or if you can understand me. But if you have, and if you can, I'd like you to know that you have effected an unauthorised entry into this leisure centre, which is in clear breach of the council bylaws, incurring automatic membership suspension. Also, you're going to have to pay for this damage.
I have to do something about it now. The smell's spreading. Someone's just passed out on the squash court. Oh, welcome to Whitby Newtown Leisure Centre. How can I help you? Yes, just a minute. Miss Bruce, telephone. Oh. It's an American gentleman.
Oh, right. Hello?
Try lulling it into a false sense of security.
It's not a very pleasant smell, Colin, whatever it is.
It's probably fear, Mr. Brittas. That's how it affects me. Try putting it at its ease.
Is it from like the septic tank or something?
My name is Gordon Brittas. I am the manager, or as it were, the leader of the leisure centre. Welcome. We want to make you feel at home here. We want to make you feel at home here. Colin, I don't think there's an awful lot of point in this.
Quick, Mr. Brittas! It's trying to escape! After it!
Oh, it's gone.
This way!
Yes. Yes, thank you. Goodbye. That was the American Air Force. We've got the house back. All the furniture can go.
Oh, that's a shame. I was just getting used to having neighbours.
Apparently Chuck's been transferred to avoid some sort of diplomatic incident. They don't mess about. He's already on his way to Beirut.
It's heading for the basement.
He was flying one of those big troop carriers when he made a mistake.
What sort of mistake?
Well,
This way, Colin!
Mr. Brittas, about the smell.
Not now, I'm saving the planet!
Apparently, he pressed the wrong button and ejected the entire contents of the toilet tank. He dropped a huge block of ice, half a ton of frozen urine, over southern England.
There we go.
Mr. Brittas. I can hear it coming.
Solved.
Now,
Well, at least
just get this
answered.
undone.
Solved.
We should be able to trap it here and seal off the basement.
Let me help, Colin!
It's all right, Mr. Brittas. I've got it.
Oh, lovely. Excuse me? What the hell did I just watch? I don't know how to put that into words. If that is any indication for where the show is going, I get the feeling I'm not going to enjoy the rest of these last two series. Now, I know obviously this was where we had a change of writers, and obviously the original writers kind of wanted the show to end, and so they've kind of, it went on a bit of hiatus, and now it's coming back for series 6 and 7. The problem is at the moment, on one hand, it kind of feels like the same show, whereas at the same time, it feels like the most completely opposite kind of show, if that makes any sense. Like we've always had chaos. We've always had stupidity. We've always had bickering and stuff. But it feels like we're missing something. And in a way, I think we're missing Laura, to be perfectly honest with you. At this stage, I think Laura is... Because you think back to all those times, no matter how insane things would get, it would usually be the sort of calm, steady hand and soothing voice of Laura that would just kind of put things back into perspective and bring things back to a sense of normality in a way. But at the moment, we're just getting weirdness. Like literal weirdness. And yeah, at the moment, and I hope it doesn't continue, but at the moment, it's the first time watching the Brittas Empire that I'm not looking forward to it, if that makes sense. And like I said that last month when I was reviewing the Pandorica Opens and the Big Bang, so the end of Series 5 of Doctor Who. And I spoke about how both of those, obviously I do my Doctor Who scoring, that both the episode before, The Lodger, which was the fluff kind of filler episode with, what's his face, James Corden, and that finale, they had the same score, yet I could easily watch The Lodger because it was fun and entertaining, whereas watching that two-part finale, particularly the second half of it, it felt like a slog, and I don't want watching Doctor Who to feel like a chore. At the moment, in a way, I'm getting the beginnings of concerns that we may be heading into that direction with Brittas Empire. I really hope we don't. And I hope it's, we have a few one-offs with it. But, I mean, so far, at least Helen didn't annoy me in this episode as much as she has done in the past. But yeah, I think we're left with just chaos at the moment without that missing part of the jigsaw. And I really hope that all makes sense to you guys. And you can let me know in the comments what your thoughts are with it. But yeah, at the moment, it's an okay but weird start to Series 6. That's how I'll say with these first two episodes. But let me know in the comments what you think. Drop your comments down below. And of course, do please subscribe to the channel if you are new. But for today, my name's Kevin. I am a geek. And you've been watching Kevin the Geek. Goodbye.